Hey, welcome to my channel. My name is Cindy and I am all about simplifying everything. So in today's video, I want to talk to you about the difference between minimalism and living a simple life and why I am not a minimalist. Okay, so before I say anything else, I want to say that I have got nothing against living a minimalist lifestyle. I actually think that it's a really worthwhile pursuit if that's what you're into. But personally, I find that minimalism is just a little too constrictive. So before we start, what actually is minimalism? So on the Becoming Minimalist website, this is how Joshua Becker, who is one half of the Minimalists, defines minimalism. Minimalism is owning fewer possessions. Minimalism is intentionally living with only the things I really need, those items that support my purpose. I am removing the distraction of excess possessions so I can focus more on those things that matter most. So minimalism can be defined as not having as much stuff. And you know what, that is awesome because it is stuff that gets in your way of living a really purposeful life. So I have that in common with minimalists. But here's where my theory of simple living is different from that. So to me, simple living means having the freedom to do the things that mean the most to you, having the freedom to live a life that expresses who you are and allows you to live a full, connected, and joyous life. And as far as I'm concerned, having stuff means that I can live a fuller life. So don't get me wrong, I am so anti-consumerism. I do not believe in just buying stuff because it's trendy, because you're trying to keep up with the Joneses, and because you feel that you really must have that thing. Everything that I buy is intentional, and everything that I bring into my home serves purpose. However, if you take a look at what's behind me today, this is, I'm sitting at the dining table, and this bookshelf is where I keep some of my cookbooks. Now, I have more cookbooks than what I will ever need. However, every single book, I love it, and I take pleasure in flicking through my cookbooks. There are some that admittedly I have not actually cooked anything from, but they've inspired other ideas. They've inspired me to try different recipe combinations in the kitchen. Some of the cookbooks that I just have because the styling is so amazing. And I love styling. And my husband is a photographer, and we have a side business that is a photography and styling business. So they inspire me. I have more than I need, but I love them. It's the same with my plants. Look, I have more plants than any one person ever really will need. But that does not stop me from going out and adding more plants to my plant collection every time I go to a nursery. And yes, you can call it obsessive, but my plants bring me pleasure. And living a simple life is all about doing the things and surrounding yourself with people and things that bring you pleasure. Look, if there is one thing that 2020 should have taught us, it's that life is short. You can be here one day and the next, your life is completely upended. So why not fill it with things that you love? Why not allow yourself to have a few too many plants because it brings you pleasure? Why not allow yourself to have too many books? I don't think there's anything wrong with having possessions. It's when the possessions become the center of your life. It's when the possessions are collected for the sake of having possessions that I think we start running into problems. When those possessions add to your life, then there's nothing wrong with having them. Now, I have a friend, her name is Cherie, and she is a contributor to my monthly digital magazine, Kevala Magazine, which is all about simple living and how to live a life that is authentic to you. And I'll leave the link in the description for you so you can check that out. So my friend Cherie, she is a contributor to my magazine. Now, she has a perfume obsession, and I know she won't mind me saying that. She is obsessed with perfumes. She has a collection of over 1,000 different perfumes from all over the world. Now, let me ask you, who needs that many perfumes? I think even Cherie would say that she doesn't need that many perfumes. But Cherie loves those perfumes, and they have created human connections for her. She has a group of people that she shares perfumes with, that she speaks to about perfumes. They have expanded her horizon. They help her to remember things, scents help her to remember moments in her life that she wants to hold on to. So while many people would say, you know, that has got nothing to do with simple living, Cherie says she lives a simple life. She does live a simple life. She just also happens to really love perfumes, and she collects them. So simple living is not about your stuff. It's not about whether you have one book or 20, or whether you have a signature perfume or 1,000 signature perfumes. Simple living is about expressing yourself authentically. It's about living a life that brings you joy. It's about not being distracted by things that other people are telling you you should have, you need, you're no one unless you have this thing. Simple living is allowing yourself to live your life fully, to have the freedom to live a life that is fully enjoyable to you, that is authentically yours. And if that means you need 1,000 perfumes, go for it. If that means that you need to surround yourself with plants and books and anything else that takes your fancy, go for it. Just make sure that it's not distracting you from the important things in your life, like the people around you, like yourself. If it enhances who you are, then it's good for you. But if it's distracting you and not allowing you to reconnect with yourself and express yourself fully, then maybe you should kind of have a look at that and make decisions about whether you really need that in your life. So that's it. I'm going to leave you with that for today. Thank you so much for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Until then, take it easy.